Good morning. Okay, let's elaborate on this story for speech, making it engaging, clear, and highlighting the key takeaways. Imagine this scenario. You're hired to do a crucial job. A job designed to improve security. You perform your task exactly as expected, uncovering vulnerabilities. But instead of being thanked, you're confronted by law enforcement, arrested, charged with a felony, and thrown into jail. Sounds like a bad movie plot, right? Well, it was very real for two cybersecurity professionals in Iowa. And it's a story that has just cost a county a hefty sum. $600,000. This dramatic incident takes us back to September of 2019. In Dallas County, Iowa, the county had a proactive mindset, recognizing the importance of testing their physical security. So, they did what many organizations should. They hired a reputable cybersecurity firm, Coalfire Systems, to conduct what's known as a physical penetration test. The goal was clear: identify vulnerabilities in the Dallas County Courthouse. Could someone unauthorized gain access? Could they plant a device? Could they bypass security measures? These are critical questions for any secure facility. On the night of September 11, 2019, the two Coalfire penetration testers, Justin Wynn and Gary the Mercury, were on site. They successfully managed to bypass the initial physical security of the courthouse. They even planted a device designed to test network access. They were doing their job, following the scope of their engagement. However, here's where the crucial breakdown occurred. An alarm was triggered. Now, in a normal scenario where all parties are properly informed, this would simply be part of the test, but in this case, the response from local law enforcement was swift and, unfortunately, misinformed. They arrived, confronted Wynn and the Mercury, and despite the testers presenting their get out of jail free letter, their authorization documents, the situation escalated dramatically. The officers didn't recognize or accept the validity of their authorization. The two cybersecurity professionals were arrested. They were charged with felony burglary. They spent hours in jail, going through the booking process, just for doing the job they were hired to do. What's even more shocking is that the state prosecutors continued to pursue these felony charges for several months, even after the county attorney stated that the pen testers had a valid contract. This was a nightmare for Wynn and the Mercury, threatening their careers, their reputations, and their freedom. Eventually, under immense public pressure and after national attention, the charges were finally dropped. But the damage, both personal and professional, had been done. Fast forward to late 2023. A little over 4 years after the incident, Dallas County has now officially agreed to pay a substantial settlement, $600,000. This money goes to Coalfire and the two individuals involved, Justin Wynn and Gary the Mercury. This isn't just a payment. It's a significant admission of failure. It acknowledges that the county, through its various arms, was responsible for the wrongful arrest and prosecution of these two professionals. So, what can we learn from this extraordinary and expensive incident? I believe there are several critical takeaways for anyone involved in cybersecurity, physical security, or risk management. 1. Communication is paramount. This is the most glaring lesson. Every single stakeholder, the client, the testers, and crucially, local law enforcement and emergency services, must be on the same page. Clear, explicit, documented, and widely distributed communication about the test scope, timing, participants, and what to expect is non-negotiable. Don't assume anything. 2. Physical pen testing carries unique risks. While digital penetration tests are complex, physical tests inherently involve real-world interactions, potential alarms, and human security responses. The risk profile is higher, and the need for absolute clarity in authorization is amplified. 3. Authorization documents must be actionable. While Win and the Mercury had a "get out of jail free" letter, it wasn't enough in the moment. Authorization documents need to be clear, easy to verify, and ideally, preemptively communicated to all potential responders. Consider pre-scheduled calls with law enforcement, shared secure contact lists, and unique identifiers for testers. 4. Educating responders is key. This incident highlights a gap in how local law enforcement might respond to cybersecurity-related incidents, particularly physical ones. There's a need for better education, protocols, and lines of communication between local authorities and organizations conducting security testing. 5. The human and financial cost of failure. Beyond the $600,000 settlement, imagine the stress, the reputational damage, the legal fees, and the loss of trust this incident caused. It underscores that failing to properly manage a security engagement can have profound consequences, far beyond just the security itself. The Dallas County incident is a powerful cautionary tale. It underscores the immense complexities of cybersecurity, especially when it moves into the physical realm and interacts with real-world human responses. For anyone involved in hiring or conducting penetration tests, let this be a stark $600,000 reminder. Plan meticulously, communicate extensively, and ensure every single person involved, from the CEO to the responding officer, understands the mission and the parameters. Our security, and our freedom, can depend on it.